your friends may not be doing, you may say, okay, hey, friends, y'all might have to take the back seat to this one. I'm gonna get with y'all later. But I just kind of brought up a situation I went to. I used to date a woman where her and my mother didn't get along. Like, my mother couldn't stand her, with good reason. But I also was with her, and it was like, okay, I almost felt like I was playing a referee between the two. And that's a hard position because you're not going to win it, no matter what.
I'm putting this into the chat room. So yeah, keep going.
Okay. No. So it was one of those situations. It wasn't worth it in the end, though. After a while, I kind of realized, look, I get it because you want to preserve all the relationships because there's an emotional connection to them. You know, even if it's not something like, yeah, of course you do different things with someone you're with versus someone you hang with, but there still is something you're gaining from that relationship. So I think some people will have a hard time getting rid of it, especially if it's a positive relationship or a healthy relationship. So,
right.
And I think everybody was kind of like, it also depends on why they don't like them. Is it just because they're taking your time up, or is there a legit reason?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I guess if that person has some negative things about him, you know what I'm saying? Because you might have a brother and he loves the ladies, so he's always like, hey, man, yo, let's go out here, man. Yo, I got like 7 chicks out here that's gonna hang. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand if that person has a certain trait that, you know what I'm saying, they deem, that your mate deems as irresponsible or reckless or just something that's detrimental to you and their relationship. So that makes sense, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't know if you've ever been through this, but a lot of our male friends have issues like that. So it's like, it's hard to know that, starting off for some people, it's hard to know that your homie can no longer hang like y'all used to. And some people may feel like, oh, well, this girl's just coming between us, because you'd be surprised on how many dudes cling to their homeboys like that or their friends. And I mean, we've all been there. It was like, oh, man, you can't hang with, man, she run you like that? Is that what you saying? It's like, nah, man, it ain't that. It's just, you know, she do things I enjoy, and you can't do that for me at this moment. But, you know, and so I understand it's a change, and a lot of people can't deal with change right away, so it takes some time.
That's true, especially when you first get married. You know what I'm saying? They're used to certain things. You're used to going out and hanging with the homies, and y'all going somewhere, and all of a sudden you're like, nah, man, I'm not doing that. I'm doing this, or me and my girl got to go this way, or me and my wife got to go this way, me and my lady got to go here, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? People, oh, man, dang, man, you gonna be lame like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to look at it like, are you with somebody? First thing, are you single or are you with somebody? And if you with somebody, is your wife happy at the crib? You always out? You know what I'm saying? So certain things that are elements here that you got to look at. And you can't be, it's almost like that saying, I ain't gonna say that you gotta switch, you know what I'm saying, once you become a certain person, but there's certain people that at certain points where you outgrow them, or you move on.
Of course.
And then that saying comes in where eagles don't fly with the chickens. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then people be like, yo, you know what I'm saying, he done now he all that, or he done switched and he became this and that, and he no longer wants to support where he came from, and it's not really about that. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily about that. It's a whole nother, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother area, man. It's just like you outgrew things. You know what I'm saying? It's just phases in your life. It's biblical. I don't know if you use hell and biblical in the same sentence, but it's biblical. There's certain things, you know what I'm saying? There's a verse that says, yo, you know, when I was a child, I played with childish things, and now I'm a man.
Yeah, I did childish things.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. There's growth. We got growth as individuals, man. We grow up, we move on, and we, you know, become better, we do better, and just motivate ourselves and others.
Yeah, see, but I actually think a lot of people are afraid of growth, because to grow requires either, like you said, change, some form of compromise, some form of, honestly, in a lot of cases, some form of adversity. And we already know how some people are when it comes to adversity. Nobody want to go through anything, but that's how you become better. You get better through the chaos that goes on in your life versus the peace. But
that's true.
It is one of those things. So it's like I said, with a lot of people, that change, they're not ready for it because they felt like they didn't bring on the change. So that's why they're more resistant to it. So it's like, yeah, if I want to change for myself, then I'm willing to do it. But if someone tells me I have to, I'm going to be a little bit more resistant because I don't want to do it on your time. I want to do it on my time.
Right. That's true. That makes sense right there, too. Yeah. Letting that sink in, man. Letting that sink in here in my head. Facts. And that's what my man Flaw says. Facts.
Hey, shout out to them boys, man.
Shout out to yeah, man. They on both sides. They're Pod Squad and also X Squad affiliates.
Okay.
Pod Squad.
Man, you pick it up everybody like bad boy out here, huh?
Hey, man, I try to go get the best talent out here, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm hollering at you after we done, but I try to put out the best talent. Folks out here telling me they want to renegotiate their contracts out here, man. You know what I'm saying? But we trying to put something together that's powerful. And, I don't even care what the name of it is. I just know that together something can happen. You know what I'm saying? If we can harness this power, these numbers, and, go out here and get this, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully everybody can hit that plateau that they want to seek. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that is one day having a talk show, one day being on Sirius Radio, one day being on TV, one day, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what the future is, and we don't know where technology is going to take us. You know what I'm saying? We might just go get us some Roku apps and just pop off like that. You know what I'm saying? It could be whatever. But if it's a way for you to make them dreams pop off, make the dreams happen, and benefit from it, then I'm all for it.
Hey, sky's the limit, man. That's right, man. Turn us to the Golden State Warriors out here.
That's right, the dream team, baby. We have all that. So, what's your thoughts on that, man? In NBA, this all this LeBron / Kyrie / Curry at the wedding doing the LeBron, mimicking LeBron and all that stuff. It's some craziness, man. What's your thoughts on the NBA of the week?
Man, here's what I always said this. Name me a point in the NBA where there is no super team. And you can't. Because they've always had super teams. But I do think this. I think the talent is a little bit more, I ain't going to say scarce, but I get where people are getting to. Because, if you go back to the 90s, you can name a lot of teams that are really good or that had superstars or something along that line. So, of course, you had the Bulls, you had the Suns, you had the Rockets, you had Orlando for a brief moment, Supersonics, etc. And now you only see maybe 2 elite teams, and everybody else is just average at best. But I just think it's always.
I'm hearing you saying there was always superstars on the team, but I'm trying to think of a Celtics team. I don't know if the Celtics was. All those there were, a superstar. You had Bird, you had McHale, on that team, but I don't know if they were stacked like Golden State is. I don't know. I don't know about that one, man. They
were good though. You go there, they had starting 4 of them Hall of Famers, if not all 5 of them.
Oh, okay, yeah, you got a point on that one too.
Yeah, you go to the Lakers. You got even though now here's the differences that people are looking at is a lot of those guys were drafted. So then you go to Lakers, you got Kareem, you got Magic, you got Worthy, you got all these guys on one squad, but they were drafted there. I do think teams drafted better back in the day, and versus now, it's harder to find talent to work within your system. You even go to those Lakers teams where they traded for Shaq, were able to get trade for Kobe, and so on and so forth. You got the Bulls in the 90s who won 6 out of 10 championships. You had even then I pointed it out. I said in the 90s, 4 teams won titles.
You're right.
That's it. And then we're even talking potentially, even though I think the Rockets would at least got one of them, but you're then even talking potentially that if Jordan didn't leave for those 2 years, they probably could have won 8.
Yeah.
Even though technically he did lose to Orlando, so never mind, he would have won 7.
Pippen was working hard, man, when Jordan left.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, now Now, only thing I didn't agree with the Durant thing was that you went to a team that was already. I felt he was almost giving up, but then again, if that's what he wanted to do, that's on him. I think some fans need to realize, hey, you don't really own these guys. They can, if they all say they want to go to, I don't know, Milwaukee for some reason, and all play for Milwaukee, and they can afford them.
Right.
It is what it is. That's the game.
Right. Shout out to the room up here, man. Room getting quiet. Y'all in there sleep. Y'all sleeping there? Y'all wait. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Listen. Shout out to Letitia. Shout out to DJ Nunu, X Squad. Shout out to my man Vince Wright, X Squad. Shout out to DJ Knox, another X Squad affiliate. DJ Queen, another X Squad affiliate. Shout out to, let's see who else we're going through the line. I'm giving everybody a middle of the shout out because they want to hear a shout out. Shout out to my man Ben of the BS3 Sports Show, another X Squad affiliate. My man Jelani of the Wait a Minute Show, another X Squad affiliate. And we in here deep. Mocha Bella, another X Squad affiliate. My man Cedric Galloway. Shout out to Big L, another X Squad affiliate. Miss Tori Lee, another X Squad affiliate. Let's see. Going through my man Gary G Money Joyner. He's a real cast ranger. Who else? Going through this thing, man. Make sure we in here. Sluggo, X Squad affiliate. Welcome. Do I got everybody covered? Anybody else sneaking here? Oh, my man Melvin. Shout out to Melvin. Straight out of the SWATs. He enjoyed the first part of our interview with the mayor, Kwanza, because he actually went to the same exact school as Kwanza went to. That's real cool right there. That was real cool. But, yep, shout out to everybody. I don't think I left nobody out. All right, so y'all woke now. I'm giving everybody a shout out.
You already know. I would say if he left you out, get in his mentions on Twitter.
That's right. Get his mentions in on Twitter. That's right. Yeah, because I love getting my Twitter on. What you feel about as far as the social media, man? I know you very good. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm attribute it to this. Because you're in your 30s, you know what I'm saying? I'm in my 40s. I'm old. I'm technology, you know what I'm saying? I got IT in my background, you know what I'm saying? But my Twitter game wasn't all that. It was all right, you know what I'm saying? It was... I really wasn't utilizing it per se like that. And I noticed that folks were really digging into it. And especially after I saw you know, a lot of y'all pod squatters, a lot of y'all in y'all 30s. I'm like, man, they really in here getting their Twitter on. They tweeting really well. You know what I'm saying? So Twitter is a serious vehicle, you know what I'm saying? And I see Instagram for some others, you know what I'm saying? My IG game is not as good as my tweet game. But I was all Facebook, you know what I'm saying? I guess I'm old, and old people use Facebook, as they say. So let me hear your thoughts on that with social media. So
here's where I started looking at things like that. I think when it comes to each platform, it has its own perks. So for instance, like Facebook is good, but I also think Facebook is more for, let's say, family friendly, to share articles, kind of things like that. So that's what I use Facebook for. I use it for like a little bit of advertisement or a little bit of, if I have a full thought that I want to get out, then I'll use Facebook and things like that. I use Twitter for heavy advertising because Twitter is like quick and fast. It's like, okay, hey, check out this latest episode of, Chop It Up with Q podcast. Here's where you can locate it. And so, 140 characters you got to get out is just basically advertisement then. Or you come out with a quick joke, make fun of something or something along those lines. It's also pretty good for news stuff as well. And as far as Instagram, Instagram is basically, I look at Instagram as it's another way to advertise, but it's more visual. So it's like short clips, or it's really good if you have a product to sell, or like you say, even your podcast. So you have your logo. Hey, check out the latest episode is up. New show alert, and so on and so forth. I mean, I guess it's a little bit easier because I kind of came up when social media started really popping off. When I first got in college, Facebook had just started, and at the time it was only for college. College students.
Right.
So you actually had to have a college email in order to even get on Facebook.
Right.
And that's when I first had it. At first, everybody was still on things like Black Planet and so on and so forth.
Oh, wow.
When Twitter, when Twitter started, I had it, but I never used it. I was like, oh, okay, it exists or whatever. But when I started seeing people doing more, it's like,